Good day, fellas. I hope you are ready for your daily dose of skill. The new patch is near for World of Tanks, and I have plenty of the good news. And let's see how Wargaming is presenting it, what is good, what is bad, and overall how it is looking like. Are you ready? Because I am. Let's go.
The common test for the big update 1.22 is about to start. Everyone will find something of interest to them and try out the new features before they're released. Important changes to maps and vehicles, a new British vehicle branch, and other interesting activities in World of Tanks await you. And we'll tell you about them right now.
Okay, obviously the first thing what we can see that we can download the test server, right, and we can check out the changes before they come to the game. Nothing unusual here, and if you want to test out the British wheeled tanks, this is the first thing to think about, and I think it is not a bad idea, right?
One of the most intriguing new features is the new branch of British wheeled medium tanks. And yes, they're very different from the familiar French tanks. The roots of the branch spring from the Cruiser 4 tank. The first vehicles are the AEC armored car, a four-wheeled...
Okay, first of all, what I can say and what we need to highlight over there is... I believe a lot of people have seen the British medium tanks. They are not as broken as Ferraris are, and in fact they are nothing extraordinary, at least from what we noticed yet. We knew the British medium tanks will come to the game this year, not a big surprise, nothing unusual. First things first, what we can say about the tier 5, 90 alpha damage really, oy.
Scout based on an artillery tractor, and the Staghound, a recon tank with the...
Tier 6 with alpha damage of 125. I think they are going to be relatively slow and relatively hard to maneuver. Also, dispersion is looking kind of stinky. View range isn't the finest one. It doesn't look good.
The FSV Scheme A is somewhat...
Tier 7 medium tank with 150 alpha damage.
Similar to its predecessor, but has 6 wheels and improved firepower. The Saladin at Tier 8 was produced en masse in the post-war period. It's armed with a 90mm gun and has...
Tier 8, 250 alpha damage. Looks all of their speed is the same. And yeah, it doesn't look great. I mean, if we had a premium tank which was kind of average, right? Obviously, Tech 3 tank is looking significantly worse, if I can say so, right?
Has a powerful engine. The GSAW 1006 airborne tank is heavier and armed with a serious 105mm.
Okay, from the tier 9, it looks like situation is going to be a bit better where the DPM goes, or where the damage per shot goes, I suppose to say. 390 is respectable.
To gun. Finally, the concept number 5 combines the best features of its predecessors. It's relatively quick and accurate, and can become a serious threat for any opponent. Despite...
And tier 10 has the 430 alpha damage, which is kind of unique.
Having wheels, the concept branch is closer to the CS63 and the Leopard 1 in terms of gameplay. The new Brits are mobile medium tanks. They don't have 2 driving modes that you need to switch between, and they can turn on the spot like tracked vehicles. You can mount a turbocharger, which will increase their already good forward and reverse speed. Their accuracy, stabilization and aiming time allow them to play a medium tank role, and that means supporting your heavies. At the same time,
they actually presented this line pretty well. This line, I really doubt it's going to be broken. I think the line itself will have no armor whatsoever. And overall, it's going to be semi-accurate tanks with a Kaku DPM. This is my prediction, and this is what I think. I think it's going to be very, very, very specific tanks to play with. Extremely specific ones. And I don't really think they are going to be community loved, but that's only me.
Their large size and mediocre bunker concealment mean you won't be able to dash between enemies, while their low damage per minute will force you to keep your distance. Luckily, the view range allows for this. In a close-range duel, the concept is inferior to most tracked tanks, but it can play its main role from afar if supported by allies. The concept is hard to stop, as it has no tracks. At the same time, it's as easy to control as a tracked medium tank, thanks to its moderate speed, ability to turn on the spot, and lack of driving modes. This branch combines the advantages of different vehicle types. It's sure to bring you a new experience and special emotions. Researching the new branch will be more enjoyable with a World of Tanks Plus subscription.
This is the other thing. I have seen this video already, fellas. Yesterday I was watching it in the bed, you know, because it was already late whenever video came out. But yeah, let's see what World of Tanks has to say about the World of Tanks Plus subscription. Apparently not that many people are buying it, huh?
Now World of Tanks Plus subscribers will get a daily reward for logging into the game. That means you'll get more bonuses for the same price. You'll also get a more substantial reward every 5th day.
Okay, my prediction and my guess of all of this, not that many people are buying World of Tanks Plus, so Wargaming is trying to do their best to add some kind of thing in order to make people to buy it more. Have you seen what are the rewards in the first days? It is like a med kit, so it's not worth it. I mean, yeah, every each 5 days to get 5,000 free experience or something else, or let's say, I don't know, 100,000 credits. Or something that sweet, but to buy Battle Pass, but to buy the World of Tanks Plus just because of this, I don't really think it's worth it.
Even if you miss a few days, the counter toward the big reward won't reset. Battle Pass Season 12 will also help you progress, as well as telling you what preceded the events in Murney 13. Try to figure out how the city's dark story began. Get rewards and upgrade progressive 3D styles for the Object 140, the M5Y, and the Jagdpanzer E100.
Okay, nothing too unusual here. We are going to have another battle pass as usual. From September we are going to play for those 3 tanks, right? Nothing too crazy here. We have seen it all. This is awesome.
Previously, the game's tutorial was monotonous and strictly practical. Now it's been replaced with stories. These interesting single-player missions with their own plot, and of course tank battles, will help players get to know the game and learn its basics.
Where have you been before, Wargaming? Where have you been before? You know, for a new player, you are just starting to play the game. Sure thing, tutorials are absolutely glorious and it's amazing. And this is absolutely glorious news for every and each new player.
By stories during the test, they definitely have something to tell you. After checking out stories, jump into intense clashes in Onslaught. In the common test, you can look forward to Azure Pegasus, the first season in the yearly cycle. Now, Onslaught is a regular mode with its own progression. Azure Pegasus is the first of 3 seasons, by the end of which you'll be able to get some serious rewards, including reward vehicles with a unique style. For the first time, qualification will make an appearance. It consists of 10 battles that will define your starting rating. That rating will depend both on your performance in qualification and your rating in the previous season. Now, you won't have to start from the very bottom of the ranking ladder every time, because qualification will quickly determine your starting position. Additionally, Onslaught will bring rebalanced combat abilities as well as new maps and changes to old ones. Artillery vehicles will be disabled for Onslaught. The new season promises to be interesting.
Okay, from what we have seen, art disabled from the Onslaught, absolutely amazing, glorious. It was always annoying to have a guy who is trolling with art. So hip hip hooray. If whenever you are finishing qualification well, you are going to go higher in the ladder, so you will save quite a bit of time for yourself. That is good. But I think still the system is still the same, how you are progressing, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Let's get back to random battles. There are lots of changes to vehicles and maps to look forward to in the common test.
Nice.
Let's start with maps. Mountain Pass has undergone some significant changes, mainly
Good.
to make the lower team stronger. Both hills for ambush vehicles have been changed, and many lines of fire at initial vehicle routes have been closed. The heavy tank encounter area has been expanded and improved, and many new cover spots have been added. On Fisherman's Bay, the upper team's chances have been improved. The passage to the town has become safer, and some unnecessary houses have been removed. Some new bushes have been added in the central part of the map, and a new position has appeared in Sector K7. On Studzianki, the factory part of the map has been expanded. Now there's definitely enough space to put your armor to good use. The village has also become bigger. The ditch in the middle now provides tanks with...
Okay, speaking about the Studzanki, right? And overall, it's good wargaming is working in the on the maps. About the time, speaking about Studzanki, there was one line where you could play. It's very passive map overall because it's hard to make pressure. And even though whenever you are sitting in the ditch, you are kind of sitting in the middle of the nowhere, if that makes sense, right? So all changes are looking okay. We will test them out and we will see how it looks like.
better cover from fire from the depot. Oyster Bay has become more comfortable for the upper team. The direction has been changed in sectors E6 and F7. Some mountains have been enlarged to provide better protection against artillery fire. The position of some bushes and ship guns has also been fixed. On Muravanka, the balance between teams has been improved. A safe...
When I saw this, I was thinking, no, why do you need to touch people who goes for the mushrooms? No.
route to the forest has been added in sectors H7 to G8. Excessive foliage has been removed from certain places. The road with bushes has been moved closer to the lower team. In encounter mode, the spawn points and base have been moved. Cliff, Live Oaks, Lakeville, Ensk, and Siegfried Line have all undergone various improvements. You can learn more about all the changes on the World of Tanks portal.
And now, the most important part of all of this,
Vehicle performance, as well as
rebalance.
player feedback, are areas of our constant attention and effort. Using this data, we'll introduce changes that will affect various groups of vehicles in the upcoming update. We're dedicating attention to a wider audience and implementing changes to a number of premium tanks, researchable vehicles at mid-tiers and Tier 10, and also special Tier 10 tanks. The efficiency of excessively strong vehicles will be reduced, while the characteristics of tanks with insufficient performance will be improved. These changes aim to create a more balanced, varied, and fair gaming experience. The characteristics of several premium tanks have been improved so that their owners can feel more confident in battle. The following vehicles have been improved.
This is absolutely amazing, and pay attention that Wargaming improved the tanks which you can buy for bonds. So that is absolutely glorious and it is absolutely amazing.
E26, E5 and its copy, the Patriot, the
Good.
AMX M449, and the Liberté, the T25 Pilot 1, the Turtle Mark 1, and all tanks based on the Centurion 1, the Primo Victoria, the STRV-81, the FV-4202, and the Centurion 51 RAAC. A number of mid-tier vehicles that required pinpoint adjustments have also been improved. They are the AMX 65.
I do not know who is responsible for this in this company. I want to tell you a story. Last year, Wargaming boofed. Last year, Wargaming boofed AMX-65T, right? They did it, and after that, tank became average. And now the funnest part of all of this, after that boof, they nerfed it twice, if I'm not mistaken, twice or once, either once, either twice, whatever. And now they are boofing it again.
5T, the VK4502A, the T.
Pay attention at VK4502A. It might become very powerful tank. Same goes for T69.
69, the M26 Pershing, the M41 Bulldog, the AT-15, the 110, the AMX AC-46, the Black Prince, and 2 Churchill tanks. This will make the path to your long-awaited Tier 10s easier. At Tier 10, some vehicles are unpopular due to their weak performance, while others are seen in battles frequently and clearly dominate on the battlefield. Moving toward balance, the characteristics of 4 Tier 10 vehicles will be adjusted in Update 1.22.
Good.
The WZ-113G FT has received a significant buff to its mobility.
This is a very strong buff, fellas. Hear me out. Vazam Tier 10 tank destroyer is going to be quite significantly more powerful.
And accuracy. The Object 268 version 4 is not so unstoppable anymore, with slightly changed top speed.
This is extremely good to beat the living crap out of the Object. And you know what is the funny thing, fellas? Story time. Bobject came into the game back in probably 2018. It was completely broken, it was disgusting, and everything was just simply bad. After half years, Wargaming figured out they need to nerf this vehicle because it was too powerful. And even though the current part of the current version of the Object we had like for 4 or 5 years, it is still extremely powerful tank, and Wargaming actually realizing after a lot of time that, oh yes, we can actually nerf it a bit more after 5 years. Well, you know, there is a saying, it's better later than never.
Speed, durability, and armor parameters. In return, its hull traverse speed has been increased. The ST2 is now more interesting to research, thanks to increased damage per minute, better armor, and faster turret traverse.
Nothing too crazy.
At the same
to fear
time,
with you.
the VZ-55 now reloads and aims for a little bit longer. Some of their predecessors in the tech tree have received similar changes.
You hear this right. If you love the Su-100 M1, this tank will take one for the team as well. And looks like it is what? Tier 9? Tier 9 T&H or Vaza, and there is a couple of the Chinese tank destroyers as well.
We receive a lot of feedback regarding the T95 FV4201 Chieftain and the Object 279 early. In addition, the number of these vehicles keeps growing every year. The statistics confirm that they're extremely effective compared to other Tier 10 tanks and can have a significant impact on the outcome of battles. This has been due to both their characteristics and the exceptional skills of the players who received them.
That's a fair point. People who have Chieftain and 279E, they're extremely good players, right? That's why they can affect the game so much, right? But in the same time, it doesn't change the fact that why would you reward extremely good players with the tanks which are just simply better, right?
Considering the value of these tanks for their owners, the decision to correct their parameters wasn't an easy one, but it was long overdue and necessary. The changes will make the competition at Tier 10 fairer. The Chieftain and the Object 279 will still be more efficient than most of their counterparts and remain among the best heavy tanks in the whole game. But the difference in effectiveness won't be as huge as it was. Although the Chieftain has lost a bit of its mobility and firepower.
A bit of mobility, you say? Watch this. This is a humongous nerf for a Chieftain. Top speed per hour, 6 kilometers down. Traverse speed, 5 degrees down. Reload speed from 10.5 seconds on the paper to 12 seconds. Penetration from 322 to 311. Good. Chieftain took one for the team. It's still going to be pain in the ass to deal with this tank, but it is significantly weaker, fellas. I can promise you that.
It remains a versatile heavy tank, ideal to play from hull-down positions. The speed and durability of the Object 279.
Okay, 279E, 100 hit points loss, 1 second from the reload time loss, penetration from 340 to 320, and forward speed minus 5 kilometers per hour. This is quite a big loss for this tank as well, but I still think it's very, very powerful, and I would even consider to make a weak spot actually a bit easier to penetrate, to move the armor from the cupola a bit lower, but that's only me.
Have changed slightly, but
Slightly.
it's kept all its armor. Even with lower armor penetration, these two tanks will remain rewards that are worth your effort and that you can be proud of. You can personally try all these changes on the test server. Your opinion is very important to us, so don't hesitate to share it. Good luck on the Common Test 1.22 battlefields.
Okay, hear me out, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like Wargaming is actually doing a good job. Fellas, it's true. You can say whatever you want. You can love me, you can hate me. Looking into those changes, map rebalances, tank rebalances, and so on. That looks absolutely insane, and it looks very, very, very good. So kudos to Wargaming for that. This is humongous news, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. It truly is. Let's hope most of the changes will go through and everything will be fine. Obviously, it's not ideal. There is still plenty of maps which needs to be looked at. That's for sure. It is very, very important thing to say. And in the same time, there is plenty of the tanks which are underperforming. Skill, name a few. Well, as an example, AMX-CDC. Relic from the past, and what can you do about this? And there is plenty of other tanks which are just simply junk in this game, right? It's just how it goes. But this is a step to the correct direction, and I can tell you that I am going to test the common test. I will check out how the things are looking like. Maybe we will have some videos about the tank changes already, or maybe I will wait until the patch will go through. But either way, kudos to Wargaming, fellas. Good news for World of Tanks community. Unless you paid for a Chieftain and 279E, then unfortunate for you. But hey, anyways, I needed to finish everything with a bit of the humor, right? Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time. Skill is out for today. Peace.